there are a couple of tricks that you can implement that would make it so much easier for you to speak on camera. And the first, which is one of the most important ones, is to pretend that you're speaking to a friend. So for me, I pretend that I'm speaking to a coaching client. Like I pretend that there's one of my coaching clients just literally on the other side of the screen and I'm talking directly to them because this is the advice that they would want to know. And if I just pretend like I'm talking to them instead of like an audience of people who are watching my YouTube videos, then it becomes a lot simpler and also the message is a lot more effective. Like I make videos based on the problems that the younger version of me had. So that was like overthinking, getting outside of my comfort zone socially, posting content. These are the things I make videos about because these are problems I've solved in my own life, so I can talk about them as if I'm speaking to someone who's dealing with them, because I know a lot of people can relate to those problems. So I'm not like taking into account every possible person because some people aren't dealing with those problems. So that person wouldn't even need my videos. So I'm not thinking about like any possible person who could watch this video. I'm just thinking of one person who could use the advice. And that's the biggest trick about speaking on camera, is you pretend like you're speaking to one specific person. And if you combine the technique of speaking to an individual person with a ton of practice, you can get really good speaking on camera. And I'll explain with an analogy why practice is so important. So imagine you were flying a plane. You're like the pilot of a plane. And there's also an autopilot system. And with like every move you make, the autopilot system learns a little more. Well, the more the pilot version of you speaks on camera, the more the autopilot gets better. And like that's ultimately what drives your skills and things, is like the autopilot. It's like the operating system. You know what I mean? Like for another analogy would be like a computer. If you have a terrible operating system, it doesn't matter how much antivirus software you download. You know, if the operating system is not good, you need to upgrade it. And the way you upgrade it is with your decisions, it's by practicing. Like the more you speak on camera, that's kind of like downloading things that would improve your operating system. Whereas you're not practicing, it's just kind of wasting time. It's not developing the skill. It's not tuning the autopilot. It's not updating the operating system. So you need to download the updates by intentionally practicing. You need to click download, and then it becomes automatic. And once it becomes automatic, it just becomes part of your autopilot, part of your operating system. And I hope these analogies are hitting. But basically, your subconscious mind rules so much of your life. And the way to fine-tune your subconscious mind, your autopilot, your operating system, is with intentionally practicing things that kind of get you outside of your comfort zone. So if you're uncomfortable speaking on camera, the way to make that part of your comfort zone is just to do it a bunch. And there are ways to do this without posting content. You can post content if you want to. That would be the best case scenario, because then you would see some rewards from it. You'd also develop a skill of people seeing your videos too. And you'd be able to edit maybe, you'd be able to script better. It would help in a lot of ways, but you don't have to do that yet. You can just talk to your phone about your day. You can video journal. Video journaling is just like same thing where you would write in a journal like, oh, today I went to the grocery store and it was really good, and it was really good. Today I went to the grocery store and I picked up my favorite chicken. I don't know what you journal about. But you can video journal by just grabbing your phone and talking to it about your day. Talk about, like, I don't know, your friends who you hung out with, how work was, what you did at the gym. Like, these are just things you could talk about to your phone. And the more you do it, the more you'll get better speaking on camera. Like, you won't say and so much. You won't repeat yourself. And these are the problems that people have when they speak on camera, is like they don't seem as natural. Like if we were having a conversation, it would be a lot more natural to you than it would be like speaking on camera, right? So once you get to the point where speaking on camera just feels like a conversation, things get a lot easier. It just feels natural. It feels like you're just talking to someone. And the way to do that is to pretend that you're speaking to someone, like pretend this is a conversation, and then practice as much as you can, whether that's posting content or video journaling. And of course, at first, it's not easy to get good speaking on camera. Like, it takes time and effort. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. So even though it won't be easy at first, it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.